रीति की नीति चलावे, रीत की नीति चलावे। हे प्रभु हम तुम सेवर पावे, हे प्रभु हम तुम सेवर पावे। फैले सुख संपत्ति फैलावे, फैले सुख संपत्ति फैलावे।
Namaste everyone. Today is February 16th, Friday 2024, and we are now going to start our session on Sandhya Upaasanaa and Mantra Swadhyaya.
नमस्ते जी, सबको
नमस्ते जी।
सादर नमस्ते। आई एम नॉट एबल टू ओपन माय वीडियो, आई डोंट नो व्हाई।
आप दोबारा लॉग इन करके देखिए शायद।
मैं दोबारा करती हूँ। इट विल टेक 1 to 2 minutes. आई थिंक आई नीड टू रीस्टार्ट माय सिस्टम।
Yeah.
I opened it few minutes back. It was working fine. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
Okay,
sometimes it happens.
give me 2 minutes. I'll be
Yeah,
back.
sure.
Thank you.
In meantime, Rajgula ji, thank you so much. Every day you're coordinating and getting us this best speakers. Thanks a lot.
It's my pleasure to be doing this. I like it, enjoy it. Just like you guys are looking forward to joining, I'm also looking forward to conducting it. Also, this is the only way, this is one of the ways we can move above our Rishirin. We have Rishirin, and this is a way to spread his knowledge, gain knowledge and spread it. And we're all continuously
Nishkam
gaining.
karma. It is a Nishkam karma.
Yeah. And we gain knowledge
you.
and we distribute the knowledge. Don't keep it to ourselves.
One thing I just want to share, I feel very happy because this is in India morning time, and I start my day with Sandhya and I listen to all these things. I really feel very happy, and thank you so much for this to APSA.
Yeah, thank you, APSA. They arranged everything. And thank you, Acharya Hari Prasad ji. He's the one who first started it, if I believe that I'm correct. He coordinated everything.
Balaji, thank you also for coordinating it day after day. It's a lot of work. So thank you also.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, I think I'm still not able to open up my video. Is there anyone who can lead just the Sandhya so that I can
Okay,
update my system?
विनय
No.
शर्मा जी हैं क्या आज वे? नहीं।
नहीं है। अच्छा, ठीक है। ओके।
डॉक्टर ओम गांधी जी, आप स्टार्ट कराओगे या मैं कराऊं?
हाँ जी।
I'm here, by the way.
तो आप फिर संध्या शुरू कर दीजिए।
जी, आप करवा दीजिए संध्या।
Because I'm on
I'll
the
update.
phone, so okay, I'm on the phone, so video might not show, please.
You're on the phone?
Yeah, I'm through phone. I'm not home, so.
Okay.
But if you can hear me, that's fine.
Yeah, we can hear you. Just start it.
Okay. We'll three Om first 3 times. Om. Om. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Shanno Devi Ravishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shayyorabhisravantu Naha. Om Vak Vak. Om Prana Prana. Om Chakshu Chakshu. Om Shrotram Shrotram. Om Nadi. Om Hridayam. Om Kantha. Om Shira. Om Bahubhyam Yasho Balam. Om Kartal Kar Prishthe. Om Bhup Punatu Shirasi. Om Bhuvaha Punatu Netrayoho. Om Swaha Punatu Kanthe. Om Mahapunatu Hridaye. Om Janaha Punatu Nabhyam. Om Tapaha Punatu Padayo. Om Satyam Punatu Punashirasi. Om Kham Brahma Punatu Sarvatra. Om Bhu. Om Bhuva. Om Swaha. Om Maha. Om Jana. Om Tapa. Om Satyam. Om Ritam Cha Satyam Cha Vidat Tapasodhya Jayat Tato Ratra Jayat Tataha Samudro Arnavad. Om Samudra Darnavad Adi Samvatsaro Ajayata Aho Ratrani Vidad Vishwasya Mishato Vashi. Om Surya Chandrama Saudhata Yatha Purvam Kalpayat Divam Cha Prithivim Chantarikshamato Swaha. Om Shanno Devi Rabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shayyo Rabhisravantu Naha. Om Prachi Radipati Rasito Rakshita Ditya Ishavaha. Tebhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Namaha Ishubhyo Namaha Ebhyo Astu. Yosman Dveshtiyam Vayam Dvishmastam Vojam Bhedadmaha. Om Dakshina Digindro Dipatistirashi Rakshita Pitara Ishavaha. Tebhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Namaha Ishubhyo Namaha Ebhyo Astu. Yosman Dveshtiyam Vayam Dvishmastam Vojam Bhedadmaha. Om Pratichi Digvaruno Dipati Pridaku Rakshita Annamishavaha. Tebhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Namaha Ishubhyo Namaha Ebhyo Astu. Yosman Dveshtiyam Vayam Dvishmastam Vojam Bhedadmaha. Om Udichi Dikso Modipati Swajo Rakshita Ashanirishavaha. Tebhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Namaha Ishubhyo Namaha Ebhyo Astu. Yosman Dveshtiyam Vayam द्विष्मस्तं वोजम्भे दद्मः ॐ ध्रुवादिग्विष्णुरधिपतिः कल्माषग्रीवो रक्षिता वीरुध ईशावाः तेभ्यो नमो धिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः ईशुभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वोजम्भे दद्मः ॐ ऊर्ध्वादिग्बृहस्पतिरधिपतिश्वित्रो रक्षिता वशमीशावाः तेभ्यो नमो धिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः ईशुभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वोजम्भे दद्मः ॐ उद्वयं तमसस्परिस्वः पश्यन्त उत्तरं देवं देवत्रा सूर्यमुदगन्मज्योतिरुत्तमम् ॐ उदुत्यं जातवेदसं देवं वहन्ति केतवः दृशे विश्वाय सूर्यम् ॐ चित्रं देवानामुदगादनीकं चक्षुर्मित्रस्य वरुणस्याग्ने आप्राद्या वा पृथिवी अन्तरिक्षं सूर्य आत्मा जगतस्तस्तु षश्च स्वाहा ॐ तच्चक्षुर्देवहितं पुरस्तात् शुक्रमुच्चरत् पश्येम शरदाः शतम् जीवेम शरदाः शतम् शृणुयाम शरदाः शतम् प्रब्रवाम शरदाः शतमदीनाः स्याम शरदाः शतम् भूयश्च शरदाः शतात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् हे ईश्वर दयानिधे भवत्कृपयानेन जपोपासनादि कर्मणा धर्मार्थ काम मोक्षाणां सद्या सिद्धिर्भवेन्नः ॐ नमः शम्भवाय च मयो भवाय च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च ॐ शान्तिः 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 इति संध्योपासना ब्रह्म यज्ञांतर्गते। अब अपनी दोनों हथेलियों से घर्षण पैदा करें और अपने मुंह की तरफ ले जाएं और अपनी पांचों ज्ञानेंद्रियों को शक्ति प्रदान करें। नमस्कार। I'm sorry for disturbance because of the dog. I'm some other place. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We didn't actually, I don't think we heard even.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry. Okay.
अनन्या ये जुड़ी है कि नहीं जुड़ी है?
अभी तो नहीं दिख रही है, आज तो भजन ही करने पड़ेंगे लगता है।
No, I think I can do one mantra from my list I have here. I'm not.
Namaste Ji. Sorry for delay. Actually, I changed now computer. Now I'm using my son's computer. Not sure what happened to the camera of that computer. Okay.
So I can make you a co-host.
Ji.
आप कब co-host हैं?
जी, thank you.
Your son is to the rescue today.
Yeah. Otherwise, I was thinking to join from phone, but PowerPoint was not
Yeah.
there, so that was going to be an issue. Yeah. Okay. And thank you for cooperating and for leading the Sandhya and everything. Okay, so today's mantra is this month. I think you all can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes. Okay. So this mantra is from Saamveda, and this is 881st mantra. There are in total 1875 mantras. And Saamveda mainly talks about Upasana, as Acharya Suryananda ji was also talking about day before yesterday. So it talks about Upasana. It is mainly around devotion. How a devotee should be, what all his desires are, how he should pray to God, and it how to form a heartly relationship with God. Because both are required. Philosophy is also required, devotion is also required. This mantra also talks about around both of them. If there is only devotion and no philosophy, it becomes more of sentimentalism or blind belief. And if there is only philosophy and no devotion, then it becomes merely intellectual speculation. So both are required. And the people who want to know mainly around devotion, कि हम अपनी भक्ति कैसे अर्पण करें, what we should aspire for and how we should pray. So Samved helps there in a lot. This mantra says, YENA JYOTI JYOTISHI. JYOTINSHI. If we break these words, it will become JYOTINSHI, then AYAVE, as it's shown in the last sentence of this slide. Then comes MANAVE cha VIVEDITHA MANDAANO ASYA BARHISHO VIRAAJASI. And its Rishi is, if we break this word, it will become Go Shukti Ashva Sukti No Kanvayanau. So the name of Rishi also supports the message of this mantra. Starting from Yen, Yen means, Yen here denotes God. It means by that God, with the help of that God, He gives us Jyotinshi. Jyotinshi means light. Jyotinshi means illumination. Jyotinshi means He gives us flashes of knowledge. Whom does He give these flashes of knowledge? He gives those flashes of knowledge, or He helps one attain those knowledge. Viveditha. Viveditha, this comes from the root word Vid dhatu. Vid means to know, from where our word, the Ved, is also formed. Vid also means to attain, to get benefited, to achieve. So Viveditha means that God helps the person to attain Jyoti, to attain knowledge, to attain wisdom, to attain illumination. That person should have two qualities, Ayave, Manave cha, or to the persons who are Ayave and Manave both. Ayave, this is the Chaturthi Vibhakti, means Ayu ke liye. One who strives for, when I say one who strives for his long life, for his Ayu, so it here signifies that one who strives to live a long life by his actions, through his good actions, through his noble actions, because that's what Yajurveda also says, Kurvanne vehe karmani jiji vishechatam sama, that we should aspire to live a long life, or to live a full life, to live productive life by doing good actions. That's what is meant here, that a person should engage himself in the good actions. And Manave. Manave means the one who is a contemplative person, who is a self-reflective person, who think deeply before jumping on to act. So this implies both are required, good actions or good conduct, as well as good contemplation. they both become complementary to each other. And many a time that aspect of Gita is also raised that we should follow the bhakti marg, we should follow the path of purification of mind by walking on spirituality, or we should take the path of karma yoga, that is the path of actions, wherein one focuses more on his action part rather than his devotion part. However, after reading and analyzing this month, I got very clear that both are required. One person cannot achieve, and anyway, our Vedic philosophy supports that Jnana, Karma, or Upasana, knowledge, action, and devotion. All the three are required. So, along with good actions, our good contemplation should go side by side. So, the person who is both, for him, God provides, God illuminates, God illuminates him with knowledge and wisdom. And the next word is very beautiful word, mandano. And the basic word, or if we separate out the word from the grammatical rules, the word becomes mandanaha. Mandanaha means the God fills his heart with joy. This comes from the root word mad. This word in Satyarth Prakash, first chapter, wherein there are there are description of 100 or more than 100 names of God. There is one name Dev. So in Dev, a person is, or the God is said to be Dev because he possesses 10 particular qualities, wherein it says Divu, Krida, Vijigisha, and there also come Dyuti, Stuti, and Mad, Mod. So Mad means the one who is ever happy, or one who is free from grief. So the person who is Ayave and Manave, who is just, who engages himself in good actions and who is a contemplative person, that person enjoys that happiness. That person enjoys the sense of fulfillment. That person enjoys contentment. That's what Mandanaha means. Asya, and for that person, Barhisho, Barhishi means, or Barhishaha. And this mantra also comes in the first mantra of Saamveda, Agna Ayahi Vitaye. So in the end, it comes like Nihota Tsatsi Barhishi. So Barhishi means, it basically comes like, Barhishi means the vast space. Bahir means Bahar. Barhishi means, Barhi means Bahar, the outer space, which is vast. So basically, and wherein God also resides. So that basically signifies here the Uttam Sthan, or the greatest place, or the best place. So in Upasana, it refers to our heart. It refers to our innermost region, that is heart, wherein one gets Rajasi. That is for sure. Raj means to shine. Raj means to illuminate, that his heart gets illuminated, his innermost region gets illuminated with Jyoti. And Barhisha also means that his heart is free from the impurity, it's free from defects, it's free from bad desires. Because when one involves himself in good actions and in good contemplation, he directs his mind onto the right things, automatically his heart, there is no room, there is no space for bad desires, and his no bad desires or impurities or defects spring up in his mind. No, when I say no, means at least during that time, and gradually it goes down. So that's the message of this mantra, that a person who is ayave, who aspires for a good span of life by doing good action, and who is manave, who is self-contemplative person, to that person, YENA, by God, VIVEDITHA, God helps him to attain Mandano, a sense of fulfillment, a sense of achievement, a sense of contentment, happiness. He enjoys and he remains free from grief. And Asya Barhishaha, his innermost space of heart is illuminated. Virajasi, that gets illuminated, that shines with purity, with happiness, and with contentment. Now, okay. Just give me a few seconds. I need to plug into its charging point.
Mhm. This is a very good mantra. I like it.
Yeah. Thank you. Now it's getting charged. So, as I told you in the beginning, that the name of the Rishi, if we divide this word, it becomes like Go Shukti. So, here with Sandhi, it is basically if we break this union, it will become Go Sukti. Go means senses, Go means our knowledge senses. Sukti means Su Ukti, which is well said. So, the person who is Manave, who is self contemplative, his senses, his cognitive senses, his knowledge senses, ear, skin, eyes, tongue, and nose. All these senses, they also becomes well said, or they also follow the right path, and his senses do not wander, they do not wander into its subjects, because when one does the well contemplation. And the second word is Ashva Sukti. Ashva also refers to here senses, but Ashva refers to action senses. As in, we see that many a times our senses are compared with the horses. As horses run to their green grass, similarly, our action senses, they also run to their subjects. They also want to wander in the sensual pleasures. So it says he also becomes performer of sublime actions. He also becomes performer of good actions, because his ashwa, his senses, his action senses, they also become well aligned. Sukti, they also become aligned to their path. Now coming to the scientific part of this mantra, or the in-depth part of this mantra, what this basically signifies is what happens when one involves himself in good actions, in noble actions, and when one becomes a person of contemplation. Now, to become a man of action, so I would throw light on three aspects, that how it helps one to illuminate his heart and to remain away from the senses, from the objects of senses, and he becomes Goshukti, or he becomes Ashvasukti. As I already mentioned, that in Yajurved it is said that one should strive to live a full life by involving oneself in good actions. And when it says that one should involve or one should engage himself in good actions, it clearly says that our action becomes complete, our action becomes full, or our action becomes successful when our mind is also 100% involved into it. Because many a times it happens with us that while doing some actions, our mind is generally focused our on the output, on the expectation. We set an expectation for ourselves that that's what I expect from this action. That's what I'm expecting to get out of some business or some endeavor or anything we do, or any help we do to other person. We expect in return some recognition, some respect, or whatever expectations we have set in our mind. So it is being said that as long as while doing actions, our mind is set on the output, our mind is set on the expectation, we are not 100% into the action. We are not enjoying the process of action. And if our expectations are not met, for example, in a certain business or in a certain act, one expects to get a deal of $5,000. However, he gets only $4,500. But it even $4,500 can be a good amount of profit. But when one's mind is only if he has already predetermined his output for him, then he will always become disappointed, whatever, irrespective of whatever actions he has put into it. So he does not get that sense of achievement. And secondly, when our mind keeps on distracting from one point to another, he is not able to give his 100%. That devotion of doing an action, that integrity of doing an action, that never comes. As there is also, I was reading Vyavhar Bhanu, the translation of respected Dr. Sudhir Anandji, that there was a story of a person who carries the picture. So while carrying that picture, his mind was always focused on what he was building, the fantasy. He was building the castles in the air, that what will I get if I will get this work done. So, and in that pursuit of his mind, wandering here and there, whatever was with him, he ends up spilling that pot of ghee also. So, leave the profit, he was not even able to make the minimum profit. In fact, he ended up losing what he has with himself. So that's what happens, that if our mind is not into it, our heart and soul is not into it, if we have not given 100% into it, then we do not get the required output. And secondly, what our focus is always on what we think in doing in any action, be it of help to other person or doing service to other person. Our mind is always like that, if I work less and get more, or if I give less and get more, I am on the side of profit, I gain more. Or if I work less and eat more, I am more energized. If I work less and earn more, then that's the deal of profit. However, the reality is that in this life, especially in this spiritual world, this equation is completely reversed. We feel that when we eat more, we feel more energized. However, the reality is, if I work hard and if I work more to generate the appetite, then whatever I eat, even if I eat less, then I will become more energized. So rather than working on that area of earning, rather than working on area of getting more, if I work on myself, then I will get more pleasure. Similarly, same thing happens with our sleep as well. Who gets a good sleep? The person who works hard. Then when he sleeps, his senses, his mind, they get more energized. And moreover, even if we think that by eating more, my body will get more nutrients, however, if the food doesn't get digested well, he will not get it. And even if one gets that level of nourishment, what about the fulfillment and contentment of the mind and senses? That doesn't come. Only if a person remains stick to his integrity, only if a person does his work with devotion. Devotion means when you dissolve yourself into something, when you don't expect, when you are not focused on what will I get into my pocket. Integrity is about giving your 100%. Now, let me tell you a very short story here. There were two friends, a boy and a girl. A boy has best of the marbles, and the girl has a lot of sweets with her. So, boy made a deal with that girl that if I give you all of my stones, then will you give all of your sweets to me? Girl said, yes. I like this deal. You give all of your stones to me. They were precious stones, and I will give you whatever sweets I have with me. And when that boy, what did that boy do? He kept the best of the stone with himself and gave all the rest of the stones to the girl. And girl, as promised, gave all the sweets to that boy. And in that night, girl slept peacefully because whatever she had, whatever she promised, whatever she could do best, she did. She did not hide anything. And however, the boy on the other side, he could not sleep well because throughout the night he kept thinking that as I have kept the best stone with myself, it could be possible that that girl might have kept the best of sweet with her and might not have given me all the sweets. That's what happens with all of us. That if we do not give our 100%, if we are not honest enough, if we focus on others' possessions, that what will I get rather than what I give, then that contentment of mind, that contentment of heart, that sense of fulfillment, that never comes. Only a person who engages himself or herself fully into actions, who puts his heart and soul, who does it with devotion, who does not focus on the expectation part, he gets good sleep. He gets that contentment and he gets that fulfillment of life. So that's what it is said. You may get the best of clothes, you may get the best of food, you may get the best of all luxuries with your money, with your best deals. However, the real sense of achievement which comes from inside, that will never come without you putting your best into your actions. That's where action matters, and that's what that mantra also says, that we should live our life by doing good actions. There is no other choice. And कर्म करने में हमें सुख की अनुभूति होनी चाहिए. It's not that I will become happy only if I get the certain output. Only if the other, what I'm expecting from other person, if I get that only, then sense of achievement will come. No. If I give my 100%, then comes that sense of achievement. And that process of action, that should fulfill me. That's where lies in the happiness. Happiness always lies in hunger or appetite. If that is good, if I'm working for that, if I'm working for my inner world, that will give me the sense of achievement. And the third aspect of action is that as long as we are involved in actions, as long as we are involved in good deeds, we remain active, because when one stops doing action, then he becomes actionless. His body also starts to deteriorate. As we see for a tree, as long as a tree bears fruit, it gives shade, it gives oxygen. Its leaves remain green. And as it stops giving fruit, as per God's arrangement, its leaves start to turn yellow, and it starts to die down, its leaf starts to dry out. And even if its root is there, as we see in jungle, जो दीमक होती है वो उस पर बाम्बी बनाने लग जाती है. A termite starts to make up an ant hill out of that tree. That tree loses its vigor. That's what happens with we human beings as well. That if we stop doing action, if we do not remain active, if, as the mantra says, Adina Syam Sharada Shatam, that we remain we should be independent of our actions. We should be independent in our actions as long as we can, to the extent we can do. So, as one follows that path of doing action, he does not become inactive. He gives, or he helps, or he gives his best of the services to the world. He remains active. He remains hara bhara like a tree, and his body also contains that vigor. That is also as per the arrangement of God. So we should do our actions with a focused mind, and we should do our actions without expectation, and we should maintain the activeness of our body and mind, because it is said for mind, or in fact for all the body parts, use it or lose it. If you use your mind constructively, positively, productively, and that's what this mantra says, Ayave, that one who leads a laborious and progressive life through his body, through his mind, through his intellect, then that keeps him active, and that ensures that he reaches to his destination. He does not lose hope. And while doing our actions, we should remain focused. Our mind should not be distracted. Because when our mind is focused, when we are giving our 100%, so our mind also becomes one pointedness. मन में एकाग्रता आती है जब हम अपने कर्मों में अपना 100% देते हैं. And when our mind becomes focused, when our mind becomes one pointed, then there is no room for distraction, then there is no room for impurities to grow, there is no room for flaws to germinate in that. So that's what leads to the purification of mind. So our actions becomes the path for the purification of our mind. And regarding what kind of actions one should involve into, and what kind of contemplation one should do, that I will explain in the next session of this particular mantra only. That is related to our Shiv Sankalp Sukta. Yena karmanya paso yajje krivanti vidateshu dhiraha. So where one should involve his mind into, that helps to purify his mind, and that helps to streamline his actions. And what kind of contemplation one should do while involving oneself in, while directing oneself into the right path. So that both helps us to gain that wisdom to purify our heart and mind. So that's all for today. If you have any question, you can ask.
आप स्क्रीन शेयर बंद करिए.
जी.
ठीक है, कोई प्रश्न है तो प्लीज आप यू कैन आस्क, अनम्यूट. नहीं है, चलो फिर शांति पाठ कर दीजिए.
And I'm sorry I was little disturbed during the session today because of that video camera was not working. Okay.
I had one small question. How does Barhishi relate to heart? I'm still a little bit confused.
Yeah. Actually, Barhishi, what I have read in the Vedic Kosh is that Barhishi means, Bar means outside, Bahir means outside. And Shad dhatu is to sit, and that becomes Shad. So the original word becomes Barhishad. So that means that this outer space, this vast space, that is considered to be an Uttam place, that is said to be a great place. Now, for in this world of Upasana, in this inner world, in this devotion, because our soul keeps on changing its place. So it is said that during Samadhi, when one becomes eligible to realize that God, to experience that God, at that time soul resides in our heart. So that heart is said to be Barhishi in Upasana, because that is considered to be a place of great devotion to be the greatest place where one can commune with God. So that's where they point it as Barhishi. I was also confused, so I went through the whole meaning. Then that's what their explanation was. So in nutshell, Barhishi in Vedic vocabulary means the the most sacred place, the greatest place. That's what they have explained.
Thank
Where
you.
one can sit. Yeah.
The other thing is that the Barhis is also, I'm just looking in the dictionary, it is Kush namak ghas. So
Okay.
so it is in a like an asan, that asan जहाँ पर आपको प्रभु की ज्योति दिखाई दे प्राप्त हो. So in that sense it becomes heart. The heart is the place, where he will appear, और उसकी ज्योति प्रकट होगी.
Ji. Ji. Thank you. Let's close our eyes and do the Shanti part. Om Deo Shantirantariksam Shanti Prithivi Shantirapah Shantiroshadhayah Shantihi वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्तिः 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 सबको सादर नमस्ते
आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आपका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Despite having all those issues, you were still able to deliver your talk today. That was very nice of you. So अभी और 9 बजे ईस्टर्न के टाइम पर गीता का स्वाध्याय होगा बाय आचार्य हरि प्रसाद जी. मुझे कोई इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है, होगा नहीं होगा, सो जस्ट प्लान टू बी दैट होगा, ऐसा समझिए. तो जिनकी रुचि हो, जिनके पास समय हो, प्लीज़ आप अवश्य जुड़ने का प्रयास करिए. सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जुड़ने के लिए. और टुमारो सैटरडे 11 AM एप्सा का हवन होगा. जिनके पास समय हो, जिनकी रुचि हो, तो प्लीज़ वहाँ पर भी आप जुड़ सकते हैं. सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जुड़ने का. सबको नमस्ते. सो आई एम गोइंग टू क्लोज द सेशन नाउ. थैंक यू.